Good evening. Let me know where you are logged in from, please. Write down your name and where you are logged in from. Your name and where you are logged in from, please. Quickly do that. Writing your name and where you are logged in from, your city. Like my name is Yusuf Abuja, something like that. Yeah, very quickly. Or Frederick Chooks from Imo, thank you. Hey, Auntie Comfort from Abuja, thank you. Yes, quickly log in, rather write in where you are logged in from quickly so we can start. We start in the next 1 minute. Tibe David Calabal, Tibe, welcome, thank you. Yeah, Victoria from Owerri, yeah, Vicky, welcome. You're writing where you are logged in from quickly. If you're here, write in for me where you are logged in from, please. If you have one question you want me to answer today, what would that question be? If you don't want to write it down here, you can send it to WhatsApp number on 0803-723-7470. If you're outside the country, you can um add +23428. So if you have any question you want me to answer, kindly send it across to that number as a WhatsApp message. I've got some stories for you today. Um, Somebody said he can't hear me, a Facebook user. Oh, if you're on Facebook, please, are you hearing me? If you are on Facebook, are you hearing me? Let me know so that I can be sure. It is specific to that person. We have just 1 minute to continue. Kayode, yeah, Christy from Abiyokuta, I'm going to say thank you. Good evening. If you're on Facebook and you're hearing me, please just say, I'm hearing you so I can know the problem is localized to the person who said, can you? Yeah. If you're on Facebook and you're hearing me, I'm hearing myself everywhere. I have some my monitors here, apart from my producers. So if you're on Facebook and you're hearing me, please say yes. Oh, very. Oh, Isang is hearing me. Thank you, Isang. Thank you very much. Okay. So if you have a question you want me to answer for you, you can send me WhatsApp on 0803-723-7470. Send me a WhatsApp if you have any question you will want me to answer for you. I'll be so glad to do that. So let's start the discussion. Remember, I'm going to ask you quite a lot of questions the way we always do it here. So we're working on stop hiding and start marketing yourself. Stop hiding and start marketing yourself. One of the things I know that you know about yourself is that you know you are powerful, you know you are a great person. The only thing is that you are afraid of who you are. Thank you, Israel. You are so afraid of who you are that you are hiding from yourself. Yes, you are afraid of who you are that you are hiding from yourself. So you have every excuse. You know, you give this excuse, it doesn't work. You give this one, it doesn't work. You give this other one, it doesn't work. You give another one, it doesn't work. You give another one. Yes, you are just finding every excuse to just be able to run away from who you are. Yes. But the truth is, thank you, Aaron. The truth is that you can't really run away. Thank you, Kefres, for joining. You can't really run away from who you are because you are a great person and you know that. So you know the truth about yourself that you are hiding, and that is very, very important. Thank you, Angie. Very, very important to know that you are hiding. Now, immediately we are able to solve the problem that you are hiding, that we can go on to the major things. Now, the major thing is that you must stop hiding and start marketing yourself, start showing yourself. And we're going to look at all the other strategies to start doing that. But before then, we're going to take away from the front all the things that are making you hide. Now, I want you to help me. Some of the things that you think that are making you hide, some of the things that you think that are making people hide, some of the things that you think that are responsible for why people hide, can you write them down for me? One of them, from the work I do with organizations, individuals, is lack of confidence. Okay? Lack of confidence. Yeah? So, right for me, the other things you know that are making people to actually hide. Yeah, Gladys, welcome. Thank you. Write it down for me. You know, I always love it participatory. Write down for me some of the things you know that make people hide. Write them down for me, please. I've written one: lack of confidence. So help me write the other ones. Yes, I'm waiting. Help me write the other ones down there. Not believing in yourself. Thank you, ma'am. Not believing in yourself. Yes, write down for me. I'm waiting. Yeah, Festus, welcome. Festus, welcome. Low self-esteem. Thank you. Low self-esteem. We're going to talk about that. Not believing in yourself. Low self-esteem. Fear of making mistakes. Okay. Lack of adequate knowledge. Super. Wonderful. Yeah. Help me. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. I want you to discover them. Yeah, Bushala, thank you very much for joining. Fear of success, and this is super. Silas, thank you for this. Fred said no. Okay, no, maybe low self. Okay, lack of self discovery. Yeah, no fear of success. That is super. So let's start working on some of them one by one before we get to the other things. Now, the point is that a lot of people have always known that for things to work, yeah, for things to work, that you must have it as a perfect something. The truth is perfection is a mirage. Please help me write it down there. Perfection is a mirage. Help me write it down there. Perfection is an illusion or a mirage, whatever you feel like writing. Perfection is a mirage. Perfection is an illusion. Write it down for me, please, very quickly. You cannot start anything perfect. You cannot start anything perfect. I'm going to tell you a story. I had a program in one of the cities, Lagos specifically. After the program, thank you, Kevin. Perfection is a mirage. Now, after the program, somebody came to me. Thank you, guys. Perfection is a mirage. Somebody came to me and told me, yeah, I wanted to mentor me and all those kind of thing and all those kind of thing. Um, but he told me that there are some issues with my training. That the training was so perfect. He wished he could have my kind of courage and be like me and all those. But you see that in the hall, the the tablecloth to the table I was sitting was going off. That the hotel should have tacked it with some nails or something. That he is a sucker. I use this word. He is a sucker for perfection. Blah blah blah. So he gave me all those advice. I thanked him for all those. Like the air conditioners were too close to some people. So and when I was talking, that I kept asking those people, are they feeling cold? When they say they're feeling cold, I'll say put it off for 5 minutes and then put it back on so that they don't catch cold. Then I'll go back to my training. That those things were distracting, that I shouldn't have been interested. If they're feeling cold, they should get out from there, blah, blah, blah. I told him, thank you very much. I've taken the corrections. The tablecloth should have been tacked on and before I start my program. So if they don't come tack it, I should not start my program too. The air conditioner was on people, and I shouldn't care for my at those who attended my program who I saw were feeling cold. I shouldn't care for them and all this kind of stuff. I've heard you. So we now the discussion progressed. We came to a point where he now started telling me that he want me to mentor him. I know they say my mentorship is 10,000 US dollars. So anytime you can pay, we go ahead. He said, please, he wants to pay maybe 250 or 500 or something. And although they said, no, you cannot. You must pay the full amount. So he begged and it didn't work. So now he now told me that he'll be so glad if I could mentor him and all this. I said, no, I can't mentor you unless you pay my price. But the truth is, the reason you cannot afford me now, the reason is very simple. You see, you came here and you gave me free advice how my programs, how my program was so nice in content and all those, but the tablecloth from the hotel was falling off the table, and then the what do you call it, the air conditioner was blowing on people, and I was always asking them if they were feeling cold. I said, you gave me free advice, but you see, I've not given you any free advice. Now, that's the difference. The difference is you don't understand consulting, you don't understand what it means to be a professional. And that is what you need mentorship for. You are looking for perfection, But you see, perfection is for fools. Well, let me show you why, because you are going to argue about that. Let me give you a quote from, yes, I'm going to get his name now so that you can see his name. His name is Charles Bukowski. Charles Bukowski. He said that the problem with the world is that the intelligent people are full of doubts, while the stupid ones are full of confidence. Yeah, that's his name. You can check it out. His name is Charles Bukowski. He said the problem with the world is that the intelligent people are full of doubts, while the stupid ones are full of confidence. So that is the problem. The problem is that people are looking for perfection. I mean, you want things to be perfect before you are able to do anything, while the people who know that the world cannot be perfect are going on doing their thing. So I want to encourage you to be like them. Start doing your thing. Start understanding what it takes to actually be out there doing your thing. Sorry, let me check out something. Okay, want to be sure my internet at home. Yeah, so learn what it means to be out there doing things, and you're going to surprise yourself how everything will work to your good. Okay, so if you've got that, I want you to write down something for me right now. I want you to write down something for me. I am out. I am going out to the marketplace, you know, in spite of the imperfections. So write it down for me. I am going out to the marketplace in spite of the imperfection. Write it down for me. I'm waiting until you write it down. I won't continue. I want those things to help you to reprogram yourself. I am going out to the marketplace in spite of the imperfections. Write it down for me. I am going out to the marketplace in spite of the imperfections. Okay, when you write it, then I continue. I am going out to the marketplace in spite of the imperfection. Yeah, Christy, welcome. I am going out to the marketplace in spite of the imperfection. Write it down for me quickly before we continue. Yes, I'm waiting. Fred had written, I'm going out to the marketplace in spite of the imperfection. Bridget has written, yes, keep writing. Keep it coming. I'm going out to the marketplace in spite of the imperfection. I am going out to the marketplace. Please write it down for me. Yes, thank you, Israel. Thank you, Angela Kevers. Thank you. I'm going out to the marketplace in spite of the imperfections. Yes, thank you. I'm waiting. Yes, thank you, Auntie Comfort. I'm going out to the marketplace in spite of the imperfection. Okay, now take out a second. If you have not subscribed to my channel on YouTube, please do that immediately and then share right now. Share to your friends so that they can join us. I want the viewership to increase right now. Yes, Lady PJ, welcome. Yes, I want you to take out a minute right now and share this to your friends on Facebook, on your WhatsApp, so that they can join immediately. Yes, share it right away. Yes, I'm waiting. Share that. I want the viewership to increase. If you are on Facebook, if you're on LinkedIn, if you are on YouTube, if you are on, all the platforms where we are streaming, I want you to share that immediately. So I give you 30 seconds to do that quickly. Just do that, please. Thank you. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Try and do that right away. Subscribe to the channel, then hit the notification button. Then we continue. Okay. So thank you for doing just that. Now, you know that the problem with you is not that you are small. The problem with you is not that you don't know. The problem with you is that you are afraid of your shadow. You are afraid of your gifting. You are afraid of what God has deposited inside of you. You are so afraid of the kind of ideas you have that you are asking yourself, won't they laugh at me? Yes, that is the truth about it. They will surely laugh at you because they don't know who you are. So I'm going to tell you a few stories about myself. You see, now, many years ago, I had poliomyelitis. Now, growing up, as I will always tell you, was so difficult. And I felt that killing myself is the best thing I can do to myself. So I contemplated suicide. Not only that, I tried it out myself. In fact, members of my family didn't actually know what I was passing through, properly so called at the level of suicidal, because it may be difficult for them to really understand me. So I carried the burden myself. I had a lot of love from the family, so it's not from the family. But the point is that I know I won't amount to anything. So I thought I should end it here before tomorrow. But one major thing about it is the problem wasn't my disability. The problem was the fact that when people give me, you know, preferences, it kills me. For instance, they help me with my bag. They tell me sit here so that we can go do it for you and all those kind of things. It kills me. It just kills me. Yes. So the problem wasn't with people, it was with me. The problem was also that the kind of thing I think, the kind of who I want to be, the kind of respect I want from the society, the kind of things that I desire, I desire the best of everything. I desire the best of respect, the best of relationship, the best of, quality of life, the best of, and some people who are looking at me, they will laugh and ask, are you okay? Do you actually understand that you are disabled? Yes. But the point being made is that the truth is not in my disability. The truth is that I am too big for my disability, and people are judging me based on what they are saying. So most times you are hiding because of whatever it is that is your disability. It could be that you think your teeth is not white enough. It could be you think your lips are not sexy enough. You think you are not handsome or beautiful enough. You think your shape, is not good enough. You think the way you work is not that. You think you can't speak good English. You think you are old fashioned. You think your time has gone. You think you are old or whatever it is you think. Yes, the point is that is stupid. That is bad at us. That is nothing. In fact, people are not even seeing that. A friend told me a story how she went to church with bathroom slippers because she forgot to actually put on her shoes. Yes, and she went to a very big church with bathroom slippers. I think that was Winners Chapel. And when she got there, you know, at the end of the church, she now noticed that she had bedroom slippers. She started quarreling with some of her friends in the church. They say, "You saw me with bedroom slippers, and you never told me. You never told me. I used it to go and give offering. I used it to move around, and you never called me and said, 'Hey, you're wearing bedroom slippers.'" They just say, "Are you kidding me? Are you wearing bedroom slippers?" That was the first time they noticed she was wearing bedroom slippers. So your disability, your squinted nose, your dark eye, your displaced hip, your whatever it is, your whatever your color, nobody notices. What people are so fed up with their own trouble that they are not interested in what you think is your own trouble. So if you understand this today, Now, you will know that only a few people care. Because of that, you are going to do something for yourself. So now, the next thing we should talk about, having settled the issue of, thinking that people know what you're passing through or people care. So having settled that, the next thing we should talk about has to do with what are your giftings. Now, what are some of the things that you know you can do so well? What are some of the things you know you are so gifted about? In fact, some of you are so gifted in so many things. Yeah, Chidebere, welcome. You are so gifted in so many things that you don't even know the one to pursue. Your major problem is that you are good in everything that you don't know the one that you should face. Okay? you know okay, this week that just ended, I trained directors of the federal ministry on a strategic exit program. Some of the things I trained them on was entrepreneurship, finance. I trained them on success mindset. I trained them on creative intelligence. I trained them on health and wellness. I trained them on ICT for building business and retirement. I trained them on countable things. I train them on. Yes. Now that's how powerful I am, and that's how powerful you are. Tomorrow, universities and high institutions are sending people from all over the country for me to train them on public relations in a digital world. Yeah, so I'm going to take them through public relation practices, teach them IT for public relations, teach them all kinds of things, creative intelligence for public relations, and all those. Yeah, for the next 2 days, Monday, Tuesday, I'll be teaching them all those. Now, that's how powerful I am. I'm an IT expert, I'm a musician, I'm a songwriter, I am I'm a philosopher, I'm a psychologist, I'm a businessman, I'm chairman of organizations, and blah blah blah. I'm a trainer and other. So that's how powerful I am. Now the point is, it's not about me being powerful. It's about the fact that those things come with the confusion at the earlier stage of my life. They came with confusion at the earlier stage of my life. I found that I was good in a lot of things, and I don't know the ones that should subordinate to the other one. Yes, I don't know. Should I pursue music and writing? I'm author. Should I leave writing and pursue music? Should I just face my speaking? Should I be a motivational speaker, business trainer? Should I just stay train on IT? Should I just be a university academic? Should I be this and that? That's how powerful you are. I know it is the problem with a lot of you. You are so powerful in quite a lot of things that you are even confused on what to face. Yes. Now, if you are, if you know that you are powerful, write for me on the chat box. Don't write if you don't feel like all the things I've said. If you don't feel it, if you don't feel like you know so much that sometimes you get confused. Yes, if you know that's not your feeling. If you know probably you are a little on the Olodo side, yeah. If you know that you are powerful and sometimes your power disturbs you, the level of your knowledge, the level of your capacity makes you to be confused. If you know that's you, maybe before or now, I want you to write for me, I am powerful. Yes, write it down for me. If you've ever felt like, oh, you are too powerful, and sometimes you don't even know 100% what to pursue, because everything you put your mind to do, you can do it and you know it. Write for me, I am too powerful. Write it down for me there. Yes, I want to see that. Write for me, I am too powerful. Write for me there. I want to see it. I am too powerful. Yeah, write it down for me. Good. Yes, Angela. I'm too powerful. I'm too powerful. Kingsley. Agada. Comfort. Yes. So now, since I have some witnesses in the house who felt that way sometime. Yeah. So let's now solve that problem first. Now, how do we solve the problem? We're going to solve that problem by looking at you and your power and the kind of thing you do as something like, you know, um, probably I needed to have drawn this, but I forgot. Now, you have, let's say you have five, you have five, you know, five drums of water, five tanks of water that you need to pour water into every day. You have five tanks of water that you need to pour water in every day. Okay. So if every day you come out to pour water on your music, on your passion, educational ability, your ministry, your NGO, your this one. If you keep pouring water on them every single day, you're gonna have the problem of stress because most times you're gonna either forget some or you're not able to do some or you are tired and all this. You have a lot of burnout. Now, what you need to do is to have a big tank, a very big tank, like a bigger tank, yes, that is up there. And then you have these five other ones, these five other tanks. So let's call it a super tank. And then you have now one, two, three, four other smaller tanks. Okay. So what you're going to do is to take a pipe from this bigger one, yes, and connect it to these five. So as you are pouring water into the first one, the big one, you will now start seeing this water going into this other one. So what we want to say by that is find your super calling. Find your super calling. Find your super calling. Find your super calling. Okay. Now, I want you to write it down for me. Write it down. Find your super calling. Write it down for me. I want you to write it down for me. Find your super calling. Write it down for me. Find your super calling. Write it down for me. Find your super calling. Okay? I want you to write it down. Find your super calling. I'm going to wait until you write it down so that we are able to continue. Find your super calling. Now, I'm taking you to somewhere as we go ahead because, yes, find your super calling. Thank you. Find your super calling. Find your super calling. Thank you. Thank you, Care First. Thank you, Comfort. Yes, thank you. Comfort too. Yes, thank you, Iwang. Israel, thank you. Find your super calling. Now start thinking about your super calling. Why I explain what that is. Find your super calling. So I'm going to tell you a little story. Yeah, okay, thank you and welcome. Now, let me tell you a little story while we are thinking about all those. Now, um, three people we are met. Three people we are met in a place where they are building a house. So the interviewer went and asked, they're in different parts of the building of the site, the same site, but this one is around the toilet area, this one is around the gate, this one is around the, whatever. So the person went to them and then asked the first one and said, please, I want you to listen very clearly to this analogy, the story. He went to the first one and asked him, Mr. A, what are you building? He said, oh, I'm just laying bricks. That is bricklayer. He asked, what are you? Three bricklayers. He said, Mr. A, what are you doing? He said, I'm laying bricks. I'm just laying bricks here. They told me to come and lay bricks. So at the end of the day, they pay me. Now, this person who thinks that he is laying bricks is the person who has what? He has a job. I want you to follow me. This person who thinks, oh, we're just laying bricks, he has a job. Okay? Now, they ask the next person, the same building, okay? The same building. They ask the next person, yeah, what are you doing? This person said, oh, we are building a cathedral. This person who said we are building a cathedral, this second person who said we are building a cathedral, he has what we call a career. So he's not like this person who thinks he's building, he's just laying bricks. This person who thinks he's just laying bricks, he just goes there every day to be paid. He goes home. He doesn't even know what they are doing. He doesn't want anything after. He just wants paying my daily pay. In fact, tomorrow I may not even be here. And he just, for him, no purpose. Okay? Yes. But this other person says, we are building a cathedral. He doesn't say, he laying block, he's a bricklayer, laying block like the other person, other people. But for him, what they are doing is a cathedral. So for him, we are building a cathedral. In fact, for him, after this building, okay, or I may be returned here, blah, blah, blah. So he has what we call a career. Now there is a third person. This third person, they ask him, he's laying bricks like every other person. They ask him, what are you doing? He said, we are bringing people. We are working on bringing people closer to God. Okay, that's what he said. Now, tell me, if you listen to this story, tell me, what does this person have? The first person had a job. The second has a career. The first person who said, I'm just laying bricks. They just called me here to lay bricks. He has a job. The second person who said, oh, I am, we are building a cathedral, though he's laying bricks, but he sees himself as somebody helping to build a cathedral. We say he has a career. Now, this person who says, I don't want to tell you what he is, so you're going to tell me what he has. This person who says, we are working, he's laying bricks, so, but he says, we are working on bringing people closer to God. Now, what do you say he has? What can you call what he has? This other person has job, this other person has career. How do you describe him or her? Yes, tell me quickly. I'm waiting. The first person said, the person said, oh, we are just laying bricks. Thank you. Kefa said, this person has a purpose. This person has a purpose. This person has a reason for what he's doing. Yeah, beyond just making money. Yes, purpose. Thank you. Another person, quickly tell me. I don't want to hold you beyond 10, so that's why I'm rushing. Tell me, yeah, the next person, who, what is he doing? Think, because you know it will help me. He has a vision. Thank you, Anefiok. Listen, he has a vision. He has a vision. Thank you. Yes, yeah, help me. Go ahead. He has a vision. Go ahead. All our answers are 100% correct. Oh, Israel, he has a calling. 100%. He has a calling. Wonderful. He has a calling. Now, that was why I gave you people clue. I gave you people clue about find your super calling. Find your super calling. That was why I gave you that clue. Now, this person who thinks I'm laying bricks has a job. This person who thinks I am, building a cathedral, he has a career. Now, this person who thinks we are working on bringing people closer to God, he has a calling. And calling is very important. Calling is the reason you do what you do, with all amount of effort, with all amount of strength. Yes, Lady PG, thank you. With all amount of action, without actually 100% being swayed by 100% the result. So, what do you think is your calling? Now, before we just go over to start marketing yourself, we need to agree on what I usually tell us. Now, there are three things God brought you to do for Him here on earth. What He brought you to do for Him, we call it ministry. Okay? What He brought you to do for Him, we call it ministry. What He brought you to do for yourself, we call it business. What He brought you to do for humanity and others, we call it charity. In other words, you must know where they combine, or rather where they converge, and you must know also where they disperse, where they yes, diverge. The truth is, you must know your ministry, what God called you here to do for Him. You must know your business, what He called you here to do for yourself. You must know your charity, what He called you here to do for others. Now, when you know that, it becomes easier for you to start marketing yourself. Now, help me. What do you think is your super calling? Now, get it right. It doesn't have. It mustn't. It's not like a church thing. It's not like a religious thing. When we say, "What's your super calling?" Yeah, my own super calling is to help individuals and organizations to develop high intellectual, intellectual, emotional, and spiritual intelligences. So that's my own calling. My calling is to help. Okay, maybe I need to rewrite it. To help individuals, to help organizations, to help bodies, to help firms develop high intellectual, emotional, and spiritual intelligences for impact in their world, impact that will affect their businesses, affect their ministry, affect their charity. That's my own calling. That's what I've discovered for myself. And it took me a lot of time to discover it and then work around it in such a way that I know when I am doing my business, I know when I'm doing ministry, I know when I am doing charity. Okay? So I want you to help me. What do you think is your super calling? You may not be able to put it in the best word ever, but yeah, thank you, Kefers. You may not be able to put it in the best way, but what do you think is your super calling? Yeah, I want you to help me write it down. I want you to help me write it down. What do you think is your super calling? Yes, write it down for me. I want you to help write it down for me. What do you think is your super calling? Please write it down for me. We have just a few more minutes to talk about the marketing, and then we're able to round off. And within, every day, I would say if we could have 30 minutes or 1 hour with you, you can tell your friends to always tune in, just the same place you tune in today. Yes, every day by 9 o'clock, I'll try to give in, no matter how tired, to give in few minutes. Yeah. Okay. So, Bridget says his super calling is doing business. Thank you, Bridget. So beautiful, so powerful. Yes, thank you. Um, Kefar said a super calling is communication in all this method. And I think, Kefar is also somebody who is so willing to help. Yeah, every time I need anything, every time I want anything, every time I am in any need, Kefar is willing to help me, whether it's my driver's license, whether is to help me with the supplement, whether it's to go find out something for me. Kefas is always willing to help. Yeah, Paul George said selling products and services. That's his own super calling. Okay. Yes, help me. Go ahead quickly, very quickly. Let's get your super calling. Yeah. Think deeper. Think deeper. Don't make it so ephemeral. Don't make it just so material. Think deeper. Find out what is that super calling that every other thing can rotate around. I told you mine is to help individuals, help organizations, help firms, help governments to develop their intellectual, emotional, and spiritual intelligences and apply it to make world and global impact and income. That's what I do in my organizations. Yeah, and I've made a lot of businesses out of them. So quickly, can you tell me what you think your super callings are? Yeah, I know it's gonna be difficult for you, but try quickly so that we can round up. Yes. Somebody said doing business, another person said communication, another person said selling products and services. Yeah. What happens to solving problems? What happens to you know helping people, individuals, and organizations see their blind spot? What happens to you know finding solutions to problems? Yeah, Paul said bringing out the best in others. That's the kind of thing I mean. Bringing out the best in others. You- Comfort said to help women and children access justice. That's super. That's super. Making people happy. That's what Comfort Akari said. Why Comfort Yubuin said to help women and children access justice. Super. Those are the kind of thing I want to hear. Something not just only money, something a little above money, a little stronger, but a lot of things can come out of it. You see, to help women and children access justice, there are a million businesses under it. Bringing up the best in others, like my friend Paul said, a lot of businesses are under it. Making people happy, lots and lots of businesses are under it. Okay, so that is how to actually find and I want you to work more, work stronger, and find your super calling. Okay. I need just to check if some people send me any question they want me to answer for them before I start winding up. So let's talk about marketing yourself. Now, no matter what you know, no matter what you have, no matter your wisdom, if you don't go out there to market it, no work done. Israel said, help individuals and organizations attain and fulfill their optimum potential. Yes, in their resources, in their capacity to maximize their potentials. Wonderful. Wonderful. Yes, in marketing, in HR, in sales, in processes, and all this kind of thing. Okay, so now that we have said you should stop hiding and start marketing yourself. So how are you going to do that? Yeah. Lady P just says helping people have the right mindset. Super. Immediately you help people have the right mindset, you are in for great things. Immediately you help people have the right mindset, you are going to surprise everybody. Yes, because what happens with that is that, 1 second, please. What happens with that is that um you will start having a lot of people discover themselves and they do a lot more than you could have ever helped them do. Coyote says, Ogun Christie said he has a vision. Okay, yeah. Oh, your comments are coming very late. Now, Kefa says communication, PR, advertising, marketing, and public speaking. Super. You see, he said communication. You can see all the things that are under that. So now let's talk about how to market Doxin. So the first thing you need to do is to write out your wow statement. Okay. Now, when we say your wow statement, you know, um you are saying something like something that you're going to tell somebody, and the person will say, wow, tell me more about that. So in marketing yourself, you must first of all define who you are. Write a one paragraph assessment of yourself or what you can bring to the society. So starting with something like, my name is Carly Cousins. I am a life and business philosopher. I help individuals, organizations, and governments to develop intellectual, emotional, and spiritual intelligences and apply it to society for impacts and income. I help, blah, 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 whatever it is you want to write. But write something that somebody will say, oh, that's interesting. How do you do it? Yeah. So write out your wow statement. If you do, you can send it across to me to read and then make corrections for it. Don't make it complex. Don't make it house sounding. Make it simple, discursive, and as if you are just talking to a friend. Okay. Now, the second thing is be confident to tell people who you are. In other words, be confident to tell people about your super calling. Yes. Now, the point is, if you have not been able to define and describe yourself, you won't be able to know who your market will be. So start being confident to tell people who you are. Along the line, you're going to see people who are going to say, wow, I want to hear more, and all those. You're going to see people who will laugh at you, and then these people are not for you. Okay. Now, start the third thing. Start, marking your target audience. Your target audience. What that means is that you should start marking the kind of people who want to hear more about what you are saying. Start marking them and start talking more to them. In the last 2 years or 3 years, I've had close to 90%, government, um, clientele and corporates compared to, individuals, because you know I have decided this is how much I charge for my services, and I decided these are the people who can afford me and these are the people who cannot afford me, and I decided to work with the people who can afford me. So my clientele, I work a lot with governments, state, federal, local governments, ministries, department, and agencies of government. I work a lot with them, multinational corporations. I work a lot with bigger firms, and then a lot of individuals I work with are high net worth individuals. So immediately you mark your target audience. The next thing is fix your method, yeah, your process and your pricing. So fix your methods, your process, and your pricing. How do you work with the people you work with? Yeah, whether they are individuals, organizations, and others. How do you work with them? Fix it so that it is algorithmized. People can see and know how you do your thing with the people you work with. Let your method be clear. Let your methodology, your processes be clear on how you do what you do, and then you fix your pricing. There's something about your pricing. I want your pricing to be value-based pricing. Yeah, if I see you in my consulting class, we can talk more about value-based pricing. Now, value-based pricing, let me explain it in a simple way that I'll be able to do. Value-based pricing is like checking the value you are going to give to an organization. For instance, you're working with um, let's say you're working with a party, a political party, and you think that the value you are going to give them Is Hello, Choma, welcome. Yeah, you think that your value you're gonna give them is the value of something like $20,000. Okay, so you're going to give them a value of $20,000, and you decide that you are going to charge 20% of that. 20% of $20,000 is $2,000. Yeah, so you are charging them $2,000 for $20,000. What do you call it? Value. So that's what we call value based pricing. I just colloquialize it. If I see you in my class, I'll be able to talk more about that. So that is what we call value based pricing. Now you are pricing them according to the value you are bringing to the table. And one thing I want to encourage you about is that don't be that person who explains your price. Why are you charging us this high? What are you bringing to the table that you're going to be charging us this high? He said, well, that is what we charge for people who work with us. Okay, that doesn't mean you're not going to have your low ticket where people can come in. And that reminds me, I want to encourage you, if you've not registered for the Life and Business Mastery class, Life and Business Mastery Club. If you've not registered for it, please click on that link and subscribe to Dr. Kali Cousins Life and Business Mastery Club. And that will afford me the opportunity to see you every single day for about 7 to 15 minutes, and then online, I mean on a recorded video, and give you assignment to do, which will help you to move your life forward. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as we round up, I was talking about value-based pricing. So when you've had your pricing, now the major thing is to start talking, yeah, talking to your target audience. Now, what does that mean? It means that you found the kind of people you want to serve. You've, you've developed your process, your methodology. You've developed your, system. You've developed what you are selling to them. Yes. Now start talking to your target audience. If you can, depending on what you are selling, you can start with a freemium. In other words, you can do some certain things for free to people. You can ask them so they can help them for free. And after that, they are able to now pay if they need, yes, your further your services. So you can start with freemium. Then make sure you put yourself in before I talk about putting yourself out there like the social media, you need to create your personal brand. Yes. Now, personal brand and corporate brand is the consistent way you want to look to your audience. We're not talking about only your shirt or only your glasses or your hairdo or whatever. We are talking about how you want to be seen. Yeah, you create that brand. Your brand is consistently the value that you are promising and you are able to bring to you know um, organizations and your clients and the public. Yeah, the promise you are making and the promise you are able to keep. What I mean by that is, if you take Coca-Cola, which is a bottled sugar, yeah, one of the promise is that you drink it and you feel good. Yes, even now that I talk about it, you are going to feel something inside of you, even though it's a bottled sugar, and then it's not 100% good for your health. But the promise is that whenever you take it, you're going to feel very, very good. That's the promise. Now, what I promise in our organizations, especially our training organization, is that we're going to give you facts you can use. So we are not interested in high sounding, esoteric words. We're not interested in making something look bling bling or glassy and beautiful. We're interested in how can we, even if you're going to speak it in dialect, even if you're just going to be parkerized about it, how can we give you, yes, how can we give you that thing that you can immediately put to use when you come to our organization? So create your personal brand, and then pick, three social media. Yeah, pick three social media where you are daily showing yourself. If you can, post at least 4 times daily on those social media. You can start with one, yes, so that you don't get overwhelmed. Post at least 4 times, because of the psychology of yes, because of the psychology of notification. Because when new notifications are coming, your own is going down. So you need from time to time, so hours and 4 hours, put out things, put out things, put out things, so it can be top there. So use all kinds. You use text, you use animation, you use live video, you use images, you use the major thing is be out there, but remember to be vulnerable. Yeah, vulnerability is so important. Yeah, if you want to be a great person online, you need to be vulnerable. Everything mustn't be perfect, picture perfect, or like you see, I'm looking very a little unkept because I didn't shave for the weekend because I had so much work to do. So if you, every time you want to podcast, you want to do your thing, you're going to look perfect and all this kind of thing, it will not always work. So it's very important that you are able to be vulnerable. Yeah, show things that are not 100% like picture perfect. Be yourself. Yes, guys, if we continue today, we will not be able to go. I want to appreciate you for looking in, and if you have any question that you want me to treat tomorrow, because I have trainings tomorrow, but I will try everything humanly possible to be here by 9 p.m. Through this week. I just want to be here for 1 week, 9 p.m., 9 p.m., 9 p.m. all through the week. Yes. So if you have any question you want me to answer for you, you can send it to 0803 723 7470, the WhatsApp, so that I'll be able to discuss that with you. Yes. Uh, so thank you very much. I think we're gonna end it here. Thank you so very much. Okay, if you've learned anything and you would want me to know about it, yes, you can put it down there, what you've learned today. One thing you are taking home today, you can put it down there. And remember to go to my YouTube page and subscribe, please, and share with your friends and encourage them to subscribe and you know hit the notification button. If you learned anything today, write it down on the chat box as we wind down. What you learned today, write it down on the chat box. Yes, write it down on the chat box what you learned today. And if you have any question, I'll be here for the next few minutes so you can ask your question. Yes, very quickly, what you learned today. And if you have any question, you let me know. I'm waiting. What have you learned today? Write it down. Yeah, something you learned today. I want you to write it down for me. I'm waiting. Write down for me what you picked today. Yeah, I want to hear from you before I say goodbye or good night. What did you pick today? Yes, I'm waiting. Write down for me what you picked today. I'm waiting. Yeah, I'll soon call it a day. So just write down. Okay. So we're gonna call it a day. Have a beautiful evening.